Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing our next speaker, Attorney Josephine Santiago's expansive and extensive experience in the field of the intellectual property or IP system traverses over 2 decades as a government official, an educator, a legal practitioner, alternative dispute resolution practitioner, and a researcher. She was a member of the International Trademark Association, IPO of the Future Think Tank. She held key positions in government, most notable of which as Director General of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, 2015 to 2019. Her initiative program for women includes the highly successful Wanna Make a Mark and Wanna Invent, starting a series of assistance for women-led MSMEs that continues to this day.
Currently, Atty. Santiago is a professional lecturer at the University of the Philippines College of Law and an adjunct faculty at the Asian Institute of Management, or AIM. She has taught at the De La Salle University College of Law and the Arellano University School of Law. She is the lead expert in a current project with the World Intellectual Property Organization for the ASEAN and is the only Filipino in the roster of mentors in the WIPO, or Worldwide Academy Distance Learning Program. A graduate of the University of the Philippines with degrees of BS in Foreign Service and Bachelor of Laws, Attorney Santiago further obtained the degree of Master of Laws in Intellectual Property from the joint program of the University of Turin in Italy and the WIPO Worldwide Academy. Delivering her speech entitled Fostering Filipino Innovation and Creativity Through Leadership, streaming live from Enderon Extension, Pasig City, ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Josephine R. Santiago.
Good evening and happy Women's Month. Stories of stolen secret recipes are told so often, we are no longer shocked. Take the case of Aling Merly. Her day starts at 3 o'clock in the morning to begin cooking her specialty and delectable bibingka using a recipe that originated from her grandmother. Word of mouth helped her gain loyal customers coming far and wide just to line up and buy them. Helping Aling Merly in the kitchen is her neighbor's son, Michael. However, much to her surprise, Michael one day resigned and started his own bibingka business, applying the skills he learned from Aling Merly in a place not so far away, thus giving her a stiff competition. The case of a local restaurant in Rizal is another. A family business for over 15 years, the restaurant is famous for its seafood menu and the savory sauces that go with them. Perhaps wanting to earn more than his salary, the kitchen helper sold the recipes for the sauces to a competitor for a mere pittance. Bibingka and sauces, when made using closely guarded recipes, come under trade secrets. The potential economic benefits they bring businesses is immense, and yet we hear stories like that of Aling Merly, the Rizal restaurant, and of other MSMEs where the originator of the innovation loses competitive edge. In hindsight, Aling Merly learned that she should have taken measures to ensure the continued secrecy of the bibingka, such as limiting access to the secret, the execution of contracts containing non-disclosure agreements, and non-compete clauses. Innovation-based business models. For enterprising minds, running a business is commonly understood as simply going to the Securities and Exchange Commission or the DTI to secure a corporate or business name and a mayor's permit, and the management of people and businesses, operations, and other balance sheets. However, A serious business person ought to understand that beneath the daily humdrum of a business, at the beating heart of their business model is innovation. Innovation is not only about creating new products or services, but also finding new ways to solve problems. Innovation requires a creative mindset and the ability to think outside the box in order to create value. For a business, what would be important is not only to innovate, but also to protect the innovations and secure market leadership through intellectual property protection. Thus, for the entrepreneur who invests a lot of time, talent, and treasure building the business from the ground up, one of the basic things to protect is a company's name. Beyond SEC registration, the entrepreneur should realize that their trademark or service mark would be one of the primary interfaces between the product or services and the public, and as such should be protected as well. Unfortunately, for a lot of MSMEs, applying for registration of trademark or service mark for their products and services is perceived as unwanted and unnecessary costs and are often put off or ignored. A good time to apply for trademark is prior to spending for the packaging, ads, or other marketing costs. This saves the company a lot more than legal costs that would have to be paid as a result of the use of unprotected, potentially infringing marks. Leadership plays a crucial role in fostering and enabling innovation. When leaders have only a narrow mindset, then they have a tendency to stagnate, to just accept what has been going on. But in the fourth, now going to the fifth industrial revolution, where disruption abounds, leadership needs to have a more diverse, disruptive mind. As women, we have the potential to be great leaders. We have a unique perspective on the world, and we bring diversity of thought to the table. Let me share with you my story of my contribution to fostering innovation to the Philippines. In 2015, I began my term as Director General of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, or known as IPOPHIL, and embarked on my 7-point agenda, which in broad strokes sought to move toward a creative and innovative Philippines. As a woman, I faced several challenges in my career, from dealing with gender biases to being underestimated in certain situations. These challenges have made me realize the importance of having strong leadership skills and a solid educational background and experience in the many facets of intellectual property to foster innovation. However, this did not deter me from doing the best I could to leave my legacy in enabling a creative and innovative Philippines. My term saw significant milestones and initiatives to address faster delivery of service, such as harnessing digital channels for a fast, reliable, efficient, and effective delivery of service. This helped lay the groundwork so you could file your IP applications online now for ease of transacting with the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. To help emphasize the importance of IP, we managed in April 2017 the President to sign a proclamation which extended the IP Week to a National Intellectual Property Rights Month celebration every April. With this, longer and sustained media and other sectors' attention to intellectual property, and more activities were conducted during the month-long celebration. uh, of innovation and creativity. Moreover, the IPOFIL's continued partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry in housing its satellite offices in about 16 traffic regions and provinces by my term's end had helped boost the awareness campaign and the use of IP by businesses. I institutionalized the Intellectual Property Academy or the IP Academy in 2017, which opened the floodgates for more trainings and partnerships with organizations of target sectors such as lawyers and innovators, creatives, and business minded people alike. Woman power, of course, and the importance of family was not forgotten during my term. I embarked on an initiative program for women that included the highly successful Wanna Make a Mark and Wanna Invent, a registration incentive assistance program for women-led MSMEs that to date has served more than 3,000 women and women-led businesses. Building on the training of our youth for IP awareness and partnership with schools, I initiated the Family United in IP, a program which provides a familiar support for the youth and for cultural respect for intellectual property, thus preventing patronizing counterfeits and pirated goods. Although I had officially ended my term as head of the IPOFIL in 2019, I was not burnt out from doing my advocacies. Aside from running a modest law firm and doing consultancies, I am currently very active in the academe, teaching intellectual property not only to law students but also to graduate students in business. My interaction with these future leaders and business people in the country involves opening their minds to understanding intellectual property concepts and principles from both a theoretical, legal, and a practical business perspective, applying them strategically and harnessing them further into commercialization. I had just finished my term at the business school in Makati that I teach in. It was their first time learning about intellectual property. And let me share what some have said. Student 1 said that intellectual property has in fact given me the courage to get my foot into the door and yes, start my own startup company, fighting my fears of one day being the victim that lay prey to predators who are far more experienced and having been in the business longer than I have. It has, in a way, leveled off the playing fields for people who, like me, want to start our own companies, but are reluctant and scared of the potential consequences that come with it. Student 2 said, I have come to appreciate the importance of intellectual property in business. Unfortunately, it is an aspect that many startup founders tend to overlook. This realization has prompted me and some of my cohort members to consider creating a consultancy firm to help startups develop effective business and operational models. Drawing from our respective areas of expertise, we aim to provide comprehensive support to budding entrepreneurs. When I hear feedback like this, I know that I have made an impact to future leaders and to the sectors that matter. Hopefully, they will make waves and likewise promote innovation in the country. As women, we need to ensure that we are not only participating in these conversations, but also actively seeking out opportunities to collaborate with people from different backgrounds. We need to break out of our comfort zones, embrace diversity in all its forms, and engender a multi-perspective view on things to arrive at the best innovative solution possible. As the great United States Justice once said, Many ideas grow better when transplanted into another mind than when one they came from. Innovation is important, yes, but it takes many hands to make innovations work and to work for the betterment of the country. Thank you very much and happy Women's Month. And advanced happy Intellectual Property Rights Month.